rocket fuel.
From Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real what's round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When it come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made a kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made a kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
The coach take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
We're going to set. Let's go. Kill.
Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On second down, Eckler. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. On the screen, this is Eckler. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 35-yard line.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
I got you.
Now Darnold. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Darnold. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Let's go. Check 99. Check 99.
A run with Josh Adams, the Eagles' leading rusher as a rookie last year. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Check back. Kill. Check. Lucky. Check.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Nice play, baby, nice play. Mike's 50.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Flush to his right. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 20. Shotgun now for Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be upended after... Gain of 5 up to the 25-yard line.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 25-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Here's Carr to throw. That's complete into the hands of A.J. Derby. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First down, Raiders.
They run it with a rookie from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
A gain of 22 yards. And the Raiders first down.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
White Monday down. Hey, 7:34.
To throw his car. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Down. You ready? Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Carlson now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Raiders 14. Jets.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded at the 2. A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. I call it no gain there on the 1st down play. They caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
Here we go, T. Here I come. Here I come. Hey, watch it. Watch it. Lady.
3rd and 2, Darnold. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 32-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep it.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Darnold now to throw. And Daniels has it over the middle. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Darnold from the gun. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Let's put that team on the bus.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Catch made there by Derby, the tight end. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head.
That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. Tyrell Williams, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
A gain there of 21 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And Daniels has it, left side. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
On 2nd and 7, Darnold. High throw, but the catch is made. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 12-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
50, Mike 50.
Hey, watch the ball. Hey, Delta.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they... And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. C.J. Mosley in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
Let's go, baby.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down.
40's Mike. 40's the Mike.
Hey, pick it up, defense.
Here we go.
Now it's Darnold. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running on 1st down, Eckler. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now left side on the swing pass. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Darnold. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Darnold completes it. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. And they'll run it here with Adams. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. A nice 1st down pickup on a gain of 6.
1st and 10.
Darnold on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The product of Jersey City, Tahir Whitehead on the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Darnold. It's caught on the right side. Williams. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. To throw is Darnold. Well, he's going to go for it all. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Okay, partner, hyperbole alert, all right? I think that this has got to be the best game I've seen this secondary play this entire season. Doesn't matter whether they've been in man, zone, they've reacted, communicated, and really made plays on the football.
They absolutely have. And the play on that last deep ball, maybe the best example of it, they've been solid all game long. Back to throw here. He's going to float this one deep right side. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Adam Gase rolls the dice. It doesn't pan out. And the Raider D, they get the football back. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, we're good. Wide 85. Check 26, check 27.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. The Raiders last year, they were 25th in the league in rushing, and a good reason why they used one of their 3 first-round picks on Jacobs for runs like we just saw. Jacobs was the first running. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. C.J. Mosley, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Ebron caught left side. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Carr going to give it to Jacobs, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop. Carr going to try and throw on third down. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. C.J. Mosley make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. The kick by Carlson is good, and they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. It's caught right side by Daniels. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Shane Ray in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And that's about the easiest decline call you'll ever have right there.
Well, it leads me to one of my pet peeves, and maybe peeves is too strong of a word, but if you're going to jump off sides, finish the play. Make sure the play ends. Don't jump off sides and stop, because you see the net result here. If you go ahead and finish the play, you don't give up that type of yardage.
On first down, it's Darnold. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Jets on third down. They're hitting at 60%. 6 out of 10 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down.
Hey, Charlie.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on,
trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Darnold. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Anderson. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
A first down throw, Darnold. That's going to be caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Mike Williams. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the interception by the Jets D leads to a touchdown. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is fielded at the goal line. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Raiders, that's now 5 wins on the campaign as they get the job done here. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Jets, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals.